Yeah, we're ready.
All right, we're ready. We're ready. Batman's on the scene, Bullet.
Well, I could have used Batman about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, where's Batman at? See, Ben Affleck.
You're not the host that I need. You're the host I deserve.
Yeah, where the heck was Ben Affleck when your house get broke into? That's all I'm saying, Bullet. But anyway. No, this is the Michael. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, this is the Michael Keaton Batman.
Okay. I'll roll with that.
Yeah, is that okay? This is Michael Keaton. Studio audience tonight. Mm-hmm. This is the Michael Keaton Batman, not the Ben Affleck.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
This Bullet's over. She's hot. You hurry up. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Dad, you don't work, you wrestle.
Yes.
You get the claps. You know what time it is. George, how was your weekend?
I was fixing to say Batman. I'm sorry. Bullet.
Or Robin?
Yeah, too many beats.
Or Joker with this jacket I'm wearing?
Bullet had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We have a very special guest tonight. Batman is here. No, it's actually cold outside, Bullet. Mm-hmm. It is very cold here at Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle Studios. Got the heat turned on yet. But anyway, we're here. Bullet had a great week. Bullet had a great week. I was down in Gaffney, South Carolina for Trans South Wrestling. Mm-hmm. I know everybody saw the pictures and the videos, of course, of me. And, of course, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, Mick Foley, one or the other. Mm-hmm. We had a great, great time there in the ring. Got to plug my book. It was a very monumental moment for me and two New York bestsellers to be in the same ring. So, very special time, Bullet. And, of course, had a great, just a great, great time. Once he put over my book, sold another 4 copies. So thank you, Mick Foley, for that. Okay? Mm-hmm. So had a great, great time. Of course, one stupid fan said, didn't that sock taste bad? Wasn't it dirty? I said, are you crazy? We had like 300 sockos there. So, one got used, we had 300 other ones. So everybody got a socko. Everybody got to meet Mick Foley. Had a heck of a little house there in Gaffney. So it was just a great, great night. All the guys worked hard. Some of our students were there and got to work on the show. So that went great, Bullet. So thank everybody at Trans South Wrestling for having Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle. And, of course, Mick Foley had a great, great time just hanging out with him, too. So I hadn't seen him in a long time. Believe it or not, Bullet, I shared this with the crowd last night. Of all the finishes I've took, basically every one of them, from the Sheik's pencil to Luthez' Thez Press from Luthez. Yes. Bullet, and that's very special. I got goosebumps when I just said that. Yeah.
Where you at? High spots. You got lost.
Yeah, I got lost on that.
Just say high spots.
What are you going to tell me, some goof out there? I took Luthez. This made me think. I took Luthez's finish from Luthez. That's kind of special. But anyway, I had never took the Socko. I never took it. So I always get excited when new things like that in my career. 40 years, still get to do some new stuff. So that was the first time ever I took Socko. Of course, I shared that with Mick Foley, and he looked at me like I was nuts. But still, a very special moment, Bullet. Mm-hmm. So anyway, thank everybody down there. The book is doing so great. Bullet, I promise this week we're, 2 weeks, maybe 10 days away from the biggest show of a lifetime is what I like to call it right here in the Carolinas, Winston-Salem. Big Wrestlecade is fixing to take off, Bullet. So if you don't know about that, you may be living under a rock. I'm not sure. But anybody that's everybody is going to be at this thing, Bullet. Big, huge event. A lot of our guys are going to headline the show, Bullet, right there. Right. So, folks, you will get everything that you could possibly want. And people just keep walking by, boy. I don't know what they're going.
A lot of excitement in this building.
A lot of excitement in this building.
As Dusty Rhodes would always say when somebody walks in the background, he always said, a lot of excitement in this building.
So, Wrestlecade's coming up, Bullet. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Cold weather's coming in, but a lot of wrestling, Bullet. I know you was at a huge show this past week.
A couple, actually.
A couple up north, right?
Yes, I wrestled for Northeast Wrestling. I took on Velvet Sky, and of course she had Bully Ray in her corner. A wonderful crowd. Did my hashtag JOB? Do what I do best.
Yeah, I love that.
And the next
Keeping
night,
it alive.
Yeah. The next night went against the Nasty Boys. And I do complain from time to time, but I must say it is rather cool to say that I was involved in a match with Velvet Sky, Bully Ray, and then the next night the Nasty Boys.
That's exactly right.
That's kind of cool to say. I'm very fortunate and very lucky that I get to work with people, and at the end of the night, they're all very appreciative.
Yes, exactly.
And say, thank you, that was so much fun. Yo, gosh, you're easy. Thank you for that. That was fun. That was great. That's the way it's supposed to be.
That's exactly right.
And I love that. A lot of bad things happen, and things don't go right, and I'm up there 12 hours in the cold and miserable, and promoters being awful to me,
Yeah.
and I got some annoying fan getting on me, and I got fans posting online saying I should never be booked for this promotion again. But at the end of the day, when that person that I wrestled that night comes back and tells me that I enjoyed my little time that I was with you, I think that's the thing that probably continues me to lace up my boots time and time again.
That's exactly right.
Because there's a lot of other bad that happens before that happens.
That's exactly right.
So,
and you know what? A lot of fans don't understand, and I'll jump right in here, Bullet, is that's, at the end of the day, that's what matters. I've said that for, 40 years. I don't care what anybody else says, is that one individual that has been somewhere and done something has as much respect for me as I have for them. Then that's what matters at the end of the night.
Exactly.
That's just what matters. So, and I had a good little conversation tonight with Billie Jean. She, of course, one of our guys, Stan Lane, Cable Connolly, is over. Is it over the pond or over the hills, over the mountain?
Other side of the world.
It's other side of the world.
I think it's like you can drill a hole and pop up on the other side there. I think that's what the Bugs Bunny cartoon taught me.
That's exactly. Don't go around, go straight through it.
You go straight through.
But just how Stan Lane, over there, a lot of those fans over there are not used to wrestling. Some of the basics
have never seen it.
That's exactly right.
They have no clue what it is.
So we just got some good feedback about the guys go out there and they're all working hard, but a lot of those fans are not used to that. They don't know how to react to that because they've never seen.
They don't know what it is.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And so it made me feel good that Stan Lane, Caleb Conley kind of readjusted for the next few nights and kind of adjusted to the crowd, which we do all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what goes back to what you said a while ago, Bullet, to have to work with Velvet Sky and then the Nasty Boys the next night, and for both of them to be pleased. There's not a lot of people could do that. And I thought about that when I was in the ring with Mick Foley. Most people that we know wouldn't even have made that work with Mick Foley because their mindset, Bullet, is, you mean he's not taking the Sacco from me? Yeah. Believe it or not, I know you fans are laughing and saying, George, come on. But people, a lot of the guys that we know that we run into every weekend, that's their train of thought, Bullet.
And yeah, there are those people that you have to be very selfish and get yourself over in that way. But unfortunately, we don't think that way, and we think almost for opportunities for you to get over on us.
Yes.
And that, as a good heel, you should be thinking like that. As a good guy that's trying to showcase somebody else's talent, you need to set up opportunities to let somebody make you look like an idiot.
That's exactly
Make you
right.
look like a fool.
That's
you
right.
know, like when I saw you hold the book up, I know what the point you were trying to make is like, here, you talk about how big of a seller your book is, New York Times. Well, this right here is on top of the New York Times bestseller.
That's exactly right.
And see that, I know how you work. I know how you operate.
I can take a night off and let you do that.
Yeah,
that's
so
exactly
in that sense, then that sets up McFoley to say something to you, and that's something that great improv troops. That's something that great actors like Marlon Brando.
That's exactly right.
That's a type of timing. And the thing is, we're coming up with this. There's no script. You're coming up
that's
with
exactly
this
right.
on the fly. Like I said, great improv people, comedians and stuff like that. That's the way they think.
And you've heard me say for years, Bullet, I used to go to the guys on TV for many years and tell them that if they would let me, a lot of them wouldn't, but if they would let me, I can get their stuff over better than they can, or better than they can make me, if that makes sense.
Well, and that's true.
Bullet.
Anytime I sit down with a guy, I was like, what do you do? Because my particular set of skills fits around whatever you do.
That's exactly right.
My matches will always be different because it's up to you. If you have some stuff that you have, I'll place it into where
exactly right.
these segments
I
right here
that.
happen, and then it highlights and showcases you, but let me put it in my context.
That's exactly right.
So, and then it usually works pretty well.
And see, I love that because there are a lot of guys can't do that. You're stuck in one mold. I'm just thankful for the way we train here at highspots.com, George South Training Center, and of course, the way you've been, we just get it, Bullet. That's the best way to say it. We can adapt, which you done up there, and of course, which I did with Mick Foley. So it was just a great weekend, Bullet. So with all that being said, Bullet, we have to announce two things this week. Of course, our Idiot of the Week, Bullet, okay? And not only that, but Bullet, we didn't want to have to get strict on our idiots of the week, but but they're coming out of the woodwork. I don't know if it's Christmas and Thanksgiving or whatever, but this will be the debut here at like 97, 98 episodes. We're close.
97.
At 97 episodes, we would like to introduce our heavy-duty idiot bag from now on. And of course, the plastic lasted for a while, but the idiots got heavier and they got a lot more of them. So we had to get something reinforced, nylon. Of course, American Air happens to be on there. Of course,
because they were the ones that had the plastic bag. And like,
yes.
Sounds like there's a lot of idiots out there in the world. So you got to get a heavy duty bag, just like they give you heavy duty
air conditioning,
air conditioning.
Oh, I love that, Bullet. I love that. Hint,
I just
Chad.
wrote their company slogan right there.
I love that.
Wrote their company slogan.
So, with all that being said, Bullet, the idiot of this week. Listen, folks, real quick. I know it's cold out there, Bullet, and I got to put this one guy in the idiot bag. You know, Bullet, you see so many things. We jump. You know, we're on the road all the time. We stop at our sheets and places like that and get our gas, get our food, and we head on. But you know, this past week, Bullet, I was headed to Union, of course, and had my ring truck and all that. Of course, it takes me, you know, big trailer and all that. You got to take your time getting in there, Bullet. So anyway, middle of the day, you know, 11:30 in the morning, Bullet, I pull right in, and I go to pump gas, and I swear, here comes this beautiful Blazer, pulls up right beside me. Gentleman gets out, an older gentleman, Bullet. Of course, he's got a cigarette now, okay? This one, he's got a cigarette, and it's lit, Bullet. It's lit. I'm telling you right now, I saw him coming 3 miles away. It's lit. I mean, ashes hanging out of it, like some gangster in some Clint Eastwood movie, Bullet. And brother gets out, Bullet, I swear to you, and it's like you see a train wreck getting ready to happen, and you can't get over there. Bullet, brother gets out, that cigarette, he does not put it out, Bullet. He does not. You can see the smoke come up. This gentleman here, and he pumps his gas. He pumps his gas. I know people think I'm crazy to make this up. This idiot pumped his gas with that cigarette hanging out of his mouth, Bullet. And me, of course, my day was just going so perfect that I had to ask him, Dad, you don't work at Wrestle, ask him, not that it was he a fan of the show, but I asked him, was that smart? Okay? And then brother turns around and cuts like a dad burn Hollywood Johnny Tatum interview on me. Bullet is what I'm talking about. And I just said, okay, bro, I just thought that wasn't too smart. And he, of course, he was very jerkish, Bullet. Didn't get his name. I'm sorry. I tried to get a name, but he wasn't in the name-giving mood after cutting the interview on me. But I said, okay. Of course, everybody at the other pumps, once they climbed back out of their cars and realized it was safe, they all gave me a very Road Warriors pop, Bullet, for at least standing up for them. Why I didn't take off running, I don't know. But, and I just told the guy, the idiot, that I hope he's ready to meet Jesus because we all fixing to. Bullet, we all fixing to. So anyway, he just got stormed off and just stupid. You know, and I've told everybody this, Bullet, for the last 2 days. I've survived everybody. I've survived 52 years of life. My luck, that's how I'm going to go out. It's some QT, Bullet, at 11:30 in the morning, okay, getting ready to hit the interstate.
That's the last place you want to go.
That's the last place.
At least if you're going to go out, at least go out at Wawa and at least get yourself a nice sandwich before you go.
Yeah, let me go out of the sheets, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe you're going to blow us up. But Bullet,
yeah.
you know, the guy gets his car. We all get, you know, we get in our car. We go our separate ways. So I'm throwing that guy. I mean, I don't think he, you know, Court definitely didn't think. And you can say, George, you're making too much out of this. But Bullet, to think, all it took was a split second of those fumes coming. I mean, and you think, okay, you see that stuff on Three Stooges. You see that stuff on Cops.
And at the end of every action movie.
But Bullet.
Always.
But when it's that close, I mean, he's the pump right in front of me, Bullet. And so anyway, that guy's going in the idiot bag. I'm glad that
God that obviously did not watch Zoolander.
No. That's
where
right.
they play the gas fight, and then the one guy's like, let's have a smoke. The one guy that didn't watch Zoolander.
Well, and you know, and people say, what's that got to do with wrestling? Well, I was on my way to make my town. That's what that's got to do with wrestling, Bullet, okay? And if it had blowed us all up, I wouldn't have made my town, okay?
That's a tweet right there. You couldn't make your town if you got blown up.
That's exactly
It's the only way
right.
you're not making the town.
That's
It's
exactly
on fire.
right, Bullet. That'd burn it. So anyway, so I put that guy in there, and I just can't even believe that, you know, there was people, and on a serious note, there was people with kids and stuff, Bullet, in their cars. And honestly, in that split of a second, that idiot, all it took was one fume. Well, I can't believe it didn't happen. That's what I'm saying. Because it was lit. It was just ready. He's ready to kill us all. So anyway, buddy, your life may be miserable, but mine is too, but not to the point where I'm ready to blow up. Okay?
Not going to a blaze of glory.
Yeah, I want to go out in a blaze of glory, yeah.
Which Kansas City and Sundance Kid ain't ready to go.
No,
yet.
we're not ready yet, okay? We're not ready. So
We're having a good time in Bolivia.
We sure are, Bullet. So, with all that being said here, Bullet, before we go off there, I did promise I wanted to mention it this week, you know, and on a very, very serious note, you can say, George, how can you be serious after all that? But I do just want to mention and ask everybody here, all of our fans, to please pray for the Batten twins. A lot of the diehard fans would remember them from the old World Class, of course. I
And
I had
Smoky
known them
Mountain.
for years. That's exactly right. And Smoky Mountain, and of course, I got to work with them a couple years ago up in West Virginia. That's where they were living. But Brad Batten had passed away today, and I just wanted to just put that in there and ask people to pray for the family. Just a lot of history there, Bullet, and just had some great matches. I did with them, and just if everybody just pray for them.
Yeah,
So,
they did a real good run in Puerto Rico, from what I remember.
They sure did. That's right.
And then also too, like I remember the Heavenly Bodies. They're gonna have their first match on Smoky Mountain TV, and obviously they're gonna be the team that's getting ready to face Ricky and Robert, and they need a good team to make them look good right out of the gate.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
that team was the Batten.
That's exactly
twins.
right.
Like that's the team that Jim Cornette picked for this new tag team. As from my understanding, it was the first time they ever teamed up. So that's the match you want to put in TV first. The
That's
debuting
exactly
team,
right.
and you need to be successful because the entire promotion is riding on this, and you pick the Batten.
That's exactly
And it just
right.
shows how good they were.
They sure were.
If
And-
because if they stunk, then
it
Heavenly
could- not
Bodies
just
would have
them, but
stunk.
exactly.
And then the whole promotion and stuff like that. They
That's
needed
exactly
that
right.
thing to carry Smoky Mountain. Was
They
that
sure
good
did,
deals.
and we shared that, and we share it for one reason as we get ready to leave off the air here is just fans appreciate the history of our business, Bullet, because a lot of them are passing away, and there's just a lot of history there, and I just love those.
And there's a lot of
guys.
people that get forgotten by history, and they're a prime example of that because they're like bring it right back into a nice little bow as we're talking about. The Batten twins had to be good at adapting.
That's
And they had
exactly
to be
right.
very good at realizing we need to make you look good today for the success of the promotion, so that way we have a place to wrestle and we have a place to make money.
That's exactly
And nobody
right.
thinks like that because everybody, like you said, they're thinking about putting the sock in McFoley.
That's exactly right. And what are you going to do for me? But that's a good way to tie all that in, Bullet. And so we just want to thank everybody. Please pray for the family, Bullet, and just hang on to that history. Hang on to that history. And what you can read about, a lot of history in...
Well, I don't know. That's not, I think we do a little better on
Oh,
that.
I love
one,
that.
George.
Okay, okay.
Let's try this again.
Okay.
Remember
now,
if you
Ben
want to
Affleck here talking. Okay?
if you
That
want to
part-
know about how to be selfless in a selfish time,
Oh, boy, I love that.
then
That is good. Thank you.
please pick up the second greatest book of all time.
Yes.
Available at highspots.com. Also, too, may I plug my Twitter account at
Yes,
Mansfield
please.
Manning? I need to
Oh, I
get a
love
little bit
that.
better about social media. Been listening to the Nerdist podcast. I realize that social media is very important.
Yeah.
So, for more updates about...
But you're still going to be yourself, right?
I'm still going to be myself. I'm still going to do my
good.
deal.
So I'll get that cleared out.
I'm still
okay.
going to do my deal.
Because I always
but-
liked when you said they give you all this advice, but I'd just rather be myself.
No,
Okay, I
I'm
like
going to keep
that.
myself on social media. But if you want to know more about
I love that.
what's going on with George and the second greatest book of all time, follow me at Man Scout Manning.
I love that. Good show, Bullet. Thank you. Oh, yeah, your closing's a whole lot better than mine.
Yeah,
Okay.
we could do better.
Oh, yeah, we can do better. Listen, we're on Twitter now, but ain't no stopping us now.
Well,
okay?
yeah, vicariously.